Hello everybody, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to discuss about how you can make English language comfortable. How you can feel like that this language is not a challenging one. Generally, people think that spoken English is really a tough thing. English speaking is a big challenge for people. Most people think like that. But some people prefer English just as one language, not more than that. And this is the correct approach to learn this language. If you think this language is something which is very tough and which is very difficult and which is very challenging, then you can't learn more. You can't be comfortable in this language. Think it only as a language. Then you can have a command over this language. So first of all, you need to listen more and more in this language. You need to listen to many motivational speakers, many TEDx speakers and others who speak so confidently and fluently in English. Number two, you need to listen to some podcasts. Okay. Number three, you need to watch English movies. If you can, then you should watch English movies. You should watch native English movies. And one more thing you need to do, that is you have to study storybooks or anything which actually gives you interest to read. So you should read those books, you should read some journals, you should read some magazines. If you can keep English newspapers, you can read for 15 minutes English newspapers. You can read any column or any section which actually gives you interest and read them for 15 minutes. So you can read for 15 minutes, you can listen to podcasts, you can watch English movies, you can listen to TEDx speakers or motivational speakers. So do all these kinds of listening and also reading, and you will find that this language is only a language. It is not so hard and you can understand this language well. Then afterwards you try to speak in English. If you can speak in English, then it can go better, because the ultimate goal is to speak confidently in English. So we have to start speaking in English. We have to start the practice of speaking in English. So that's why try to speak anything in English for 15 minutes or half an hour 2 times in a day. Like if you are speaking something in English for half an hour at morning, then try to speak again in English for half an hour in the evening time or night time. So speak about anything, about your experiences or whatever you are reading or whatever you are listening. Do this 2 times. 2 times. If you would not speak, if you would not start practicing speaking in English, you will feel like that this language is good for you, this language is understandable, but the difficulty is there only in speaking. So for that reason, you need to start speaking in English. In the beginning time, you will feel like that it is really difficult to speak in this language. Then another thing you can do, you can write something. Whatever you are reading in English, whatever you are listening in English, or whatever is happening in your life, try to write them so that you can have that practice of writing also. You can write blogs, you can do many things, but if you want to go through basic writing, then just keep a notebook and start writing whatever is happening in your life every day. For 5 minutes every day you can write something in English. This can enhance your writing skills. So in this way, one language will become very much comfortable to one person. If a person indulges himself or herself in writing, in reading, in listening and in speaking, then the language will not become something like a challenging one. So these 4 things actually make a person get habituated with a language, and in this way that person will feel like that this is not any third language or second language. This is also one language which is very easy, like his or her mother tongue or native language. So that's all for today. Thank you. Take care.